It says I'm live. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, Gotham. It is, I just said that wrong. Doesn't matter. Hi. You're watching the number one podcast nobody knows about and fewer people watch. I don't know how you found this. It's something in the stars or the alignment or the planets or, oh, it's the eclipse. All right. It is, depending upon where you are on the planet, the end of May 15th, the beginning of May 16th. and I am Scooter McGee. Um, we should probably thank the sponsors. Day 90 was the target. We are approaching the 78, 80-day launch window since the start of the crisis in Ukraine, February 24th. And I have made some very interesting statements in the review of this book and where the world is going. So I'm going to go through a couple of headlines. I'm also going to give you a couple of observations. I will give you a prediction. I will back it up with factual data based upon what the news wants us to be, you know, keep it on a simmer until we're ready to ramp it up. So let's have a Coke and a smoke. We'll have a Coke and a smoke, yes. So thank you to Greeley West Side Liquor. It's where I get my Coke, smokes, and ice. But you can get booze delivered to you in Greeley and Evans. Just find them on social media, Greeley West Side Liquor. And to Silver Mountain Jewelry and Pawn, now would be a time to start buying gold and silver ASAP and getting it shipped to your door. They'll take care of it confidentially and securely. Silver Mountain Jewelry and Pawn. Okay, so we've had a lunar eclipse. I just was outside just before this. It's 11 p.m. in Greeley. It's just after 1 a.m. in Boston. It is just after 8 a.m. in Kiev. It is just after 3 p.m. in Tokyo. And it is just after 10 o'clock in Laguna Woods, California. Not to be confused with my friends in Laguna Beach. Interesting series of headlines for a Take Out the Trash News Friday that all got flipped onto its tuchus on Saturday that forced the politicians and the Sunday morning talk shows to be live. Unless you saw the taped Bernie Sanders interview because Upchuck Todd was just, pissed off, had to be at work. Forgive me, my throat's going to crack several times here. What did I do today? Well, I said hi to the face holes. I haven't been on Facebook Live in forever because I wasn't allowed. I would like to how do we say thanks to Seth? We just did. Seth was instrumental in apparently fixing my Facebook page. So thank you, Seth. ScooterMcGee.com is up and running. Please go subscribe to the page, subscribe to me on YouTube, like the video, share the video. Find me on Facebook, find my news headlines now on Twitter, the Scooter McGee. You can support this endeavor on Patreon, Scooter McGee on Patreon, and Rumble. The Rumble feed will be live every day with something different than YouTube. And as of this Friday, Patreon, I didn't realize I was doing it wrong. You're going to get exclusive content there that nobody else gets. Thank you to FEMA Region 4 for rebooting ScooterMcGee.com. Thank you for all of your comments. For those of you who are supporting this on Patreon, thank you. For those of you who are seeing me in public again, Scooter, you'll notice you get my what? Oh, dear God. All right, let me hear it. No, no, oh God, okay. It's going to be okay. Actually, it's not. I saw the book. The book. So it's interesting because all the headlines this morning on Sunday depends upon who in law enforcement you talk to. You know, all these notebooks he keeps. Irish Roman Catholic conservative nationalist, ex-Irish mafia, expat Irish mafia. You don't really want to put Irish mafia on your website, do you? We wrote you. We is a lie. Jackie wrote it. What do you want me to do with it? That's a front-loaded question. Send it to FEMA Region 4. I get the text message, like 4 days later. Why? I don't pay attention to the. Oh, there's a bunch of dots. What are these? Oh. I don't care. Just set condition 1 SQ. Skybird, this is Dropkick. Would you launch? It's down to the guys in the brass, keys in the silo. One of them's not turning the key. Turn your damn key. This project was a lark because of all of the what ifs that I experienced in February of 1991. And as I watched unfold the headlines of November, December, culminating January 1st on another project I was starting, I made 2 observations in the shotgun seat. Hey, did you see the story about the trucker convoy in Canada? No. Okay. Hey, did you see the story about the Russian military exercises in Belarus? No. Check politics off his radar. This is in like a 5-hour conversation. We had a dash cam running in a car allegedly that may or may not have upset some people. But you heard me ask him. Good lawyers don't ask questions they don't know the answers to. I wanted to know what. Here is a very interesting slice of the demographic breakdown. What do they know? Ask them. In routine conversation. You're in a car, you're on a road trip, you talk. Voice cracked. Sorry. Oh, we're going to get to the price of Coca-Cola. That was January 1st. I know what day it is. I know what I'm wearing. And to my friends, I was in combat boots, not white sneakers. Why I remember it so vividly. Then I direct your attention to the Conspiracy Keepers. Conspiracykeepers.com or theconspiracykeepers.com. January episodes available through Joe Monaco's YouTube page. Monoco, Joe Monaco. Myself, Backlash LaRue, Joe Monaco, and the lovely and talented, I don't know what we called her that month, Jackie or Silky, or we were hoping to have a reboot of the Conspiracy Keepers and the lightning we had in a bottle back at 0506, but we didn't have Velvet Jones. She's either been abducted and been sold to Prince in Saudi Arabia, or she was a CIA plant. We're not sure. I mean that. We're really not sure. Who knows? Who the... Can anybody give us a straight answer anymore? No. Anyway, learning the Zoom and learning the whole process of all this. Normally here is a green screen. It's right here folded up because we would suspend. Why? Because for the conspiracy keepers, Scooter has a map of Ukraine up behind him. Yes. Long story very short, 1991 Gulf War. Friends of mine, my peers from military school, we are trying to reboot and recreate. You thought Trivial Pursuit was cool. No, we have figured out Risk on what would have then in the early 90s for 20 to 21st century. We wanted to create the new digital Risk, the three-dimensional like Star Trek chessboard, using dice, playing cards, the original Risk cards, but then Uncle Tomas, Tom Fitzgibbon, TP 111, Thomas P. Fitzgibbon III, TP 111. Don't you mean PT 109? That's why we had the nickname TP 111. Um, the phone call goes out. Hey, you guys, we're going to meet here. It's starting. Yes, Live from Baghdad is live. Let's go. Great HBO movie, by the way, Live from Baghdad, if you can find it. Michael Keaton. And a great cast. Great cast. We knew the bar had the dice, the leather cup with the 5 dice to play 654. On your way, grab a deck of playing cards. Okay, got it. And we've got access to, all right, it's 91. Is the St. Paul Athletic Club open or closed? It doesn't matter. The St. Paul Hotel is open. Grab your ditty bag, but grab a deck of playing cards coming out of the house. He grabbed Uno cards. Uno in the late 80s, early 90s. Okay. So we have regular playing cards, we have the Risk cards, we have the dice. That, yes, I really do, because I did talk to AHB 111. I hope you're alive. I hope you're okay. But you got to admit, you're the one who brought the Uno cards, so don't get mad at me. Did you finally grow up? Because I don't think any of us did. When the story of Snake Island hit the Associated Press, I don't know if you could just hear that. I mean, oh. Now, reverse. Since George Floyd 2020, I have been getting 18 earfuls of 16 ways come in November. Scooter, how come you're not back on? You need to be on the. You need to do it. And you need to do it. And you need to do it. And you. I really stopped listening to people telling me what to do who weren't doing what I was doing 30 years ago. But when one person tells you something, you can tell them to put off. Two people, you can tell them. When 155 people keep bumping into you and going, you should, then maybe you should consider. And then back to Seth. You really. And I saw the tweets, and I had to call it the PDB is not the presidential daily briefing is not correct, but I get a one sheet. Here's what's going on. Here's what's going on. Here's what's going on. Here's what's going on. Oh, what is that? I'm going to go look at that story. And I had known about the maneuvers. I'd known about the military exercises. I get in my car because I had to run to go see a client. And I start the car. By the way, am I the only? Because former employers of radio stations notice this first. You have one of the cleanest cars for a DJ I've ever met. Sorry. You smoke. Well, yeah, you knew that. No, I mean you can't smell smoke in your car. I'm sorry. If you want to light up, you're free to do so. Your radio isn't on. But no, I just started the car. Well, normally when you pull into a building, you shut your car off. Everything's where it was. Yes. So when I shut the car off, you're correct. The radio was off. Now the car is running. It was a guy, a penis and testicles and has to shave every day. A guy who owned the radio station. I'm Irish. I could be white. I'm getting exposed to a lot of sun, unless this is lunar eclipse burn. He's Italian, but I know Italians, whites, everybody calm down. Still Caucasian skin. Apparently, on some planets, Shotgun is in charge of the radio. What the? He turns my radio on, and what comes out of the sound speak system in the car has him concerned. I radio, FM, top 40, hot AC, 70s, 80s retro formats for 19 years. Now I'm doing talk radio. Who is that? What? What do you mean? It's music. Who is what? You're not really listening to this, are you? You set this up. I didn't know. You're the one who said, let's get in Scooter's car and drive over to the other side because I had a four door. And so everybody piles into the car. Now you've embarrassed me. And you're, hmm? On another planet, my nickname is Hydric. I'm just saying. So to hear classical music coming out of the car, in particular of who was, yeah, it was the afternoon, a little Wagner, just a little something to lighten things up. Swear to God, true story. He's mad. It's not his radio station I'm listening to in the car. No. It's not even, I could understand you listening to your alma mater. No. You're listening to music that no one in the Denver market plays. Uh huh. What kind of radio is this? I was driving the 740 Volvo, what was 740, the turbo, the GL. I think it was very. That's not a factory stereo, boss. What the hell is this? And I had to hit him because I slapped that. Don't do that again. Okay. And this, never mind. Swear to God, true story. We've gotten way tangented. So, the game. Yeah, TP 111. Sorry. Love you, Fitz. You know that. So no disrespect. It's just you did bring the Uno card. So let's be true to the truth. Let's be clear. Speaking of clear, so the Sunday morning talk shows. Yeah, we got time. Sunday morning talk shows. Nancy Pelosi is off her rocker. Senator Lindsey, where's my purse, Graham? Not much better. Bernie Sanders, why did you throw him into the mix? Well, because the governor appointee of New York, Holcomb, is kind of worthless. The Boulder, excuse me, the Buffalo, yeah, Freudian. Gee, I wonder if the shooter in Buffalo gets the same treatment that the Boulder King super shooter got. The mayor of Buffalo and the appointee governor, after the nonsense of the sex scandals of the Me Too nonsense. You know what we need? Sensible gun control. Everybody nod. A lot of hate speech on the internet. Because when I buy an AR, the first thing I do is start scratching the names of victims who were killed by an red SUV in Waukesha, Wisconsin. You know, this manifesto you keep reporting that nobody's read, that's published online. Well, let's talk about mental health. No, let's talk about the FBI knew about this kid and slipped through the cracks. Governor's mad because he legally bought a gun. But he had a high capacity magazine. Oh, and he got that from out of state. Ooh. You know what we really need is sensible gun control. Ooh. Oh, you disagree with me. Um, we're just trying to now be told the Great Reset isn't the Great Reset. It's just a Great Reset. February, March of the product I referenced earlier in the car on January 1st. You claim I'm a white supremacist. You claim I'm evil. You claim I'm a right wing extremist. I'm not a communist. I'm not a green nationalist. Manifesto. I can't even find the right notebook. Do we have enough notebooks? I hear something, I write it down. You lied to me again. See, because originally I thought I was going nuts. My friends did too, because I said back in the old days, when the hair was platinum, this is my real hair color. Yeah, I know. You were lying to me. How do you know? Because I was wearing white shoes that matched my hair. Because I'd wind up looking down, and they're white shoes. Yeah, but what's really wrong is he still wears black socks. He's turned into his father. I have not, because I'm not wearing Bermuda shorts and Madras shirts. You think I made that up? Here's the other one. And there's the other black sock. He wears shorts with white shoes and black socks. Yes, it's to let all of the other women in the grocery store know that, hi, I'm the poster child for birth control. Are you going to get to any headlines or predictions? We probably should. On Facebook, I don't think I could say it again. On Facebook, what did I say? Swinland and Feeland. No, it was Sweden and Finland are announcing they're joining NATO. Oh, good, World War. Um, the problem with cutting off the Russian petroleum products, yeah. Finland now doesn't have power along the 1 mile corridor of their safe zone on their border. Ah, good. What could possibly go wrong there? The United States military is conducting joint exercises. Oh, good. With Sweden, oh, good. I'm glad the head of the State Department, I'm sorry, Blinken, yeah, he's head of the state, he's Secretary of State. Blinken is, I'm glad he's over there. How convenient. In the United States, the women apparently are pissed because Melania Trump dares question Vogue magazine for putting Dr. Jill on the cover. Okay. I'd like to get back to Buffalo and the guy writing down the names of the victims of. Shh. He's a right wing extremist because he's white. Okay. But the manifesto says that he thinks Tucker Carlson is a stop. Tucker made him do it. No, that's not what it says here. By the way, he's a confessed communist. Yes. And the reason he became communist was, oh, public education. Oh, the attorney general's been very, very busy right now. Merrick Garland, of course, head of the FBI. He's in charge. No. Um, we seem to be going after a lot of parents of children that we want to raise and teach the diversity of the equity of the fundamental transformation of a post deconstructionist society. No. Hashtag who's your daddy? The violence is only going to continue to escalate. So, from the situation of, I'm sorry, 28 shot in Chicago, not in the narrative. Hey, the Milwaukee Bucks, Boston Celtics game there, game six, and the mass shoot. No, it doesn't fit the narrative. I see. Buffalo, New York, 13 killed. No, it's 10. Three wounded. Why do you keep putting 13 in the news? Because it's a hate crime. It's domestic terrorism. We need sensible gun control, even if by executive action. Oh, dear God. The Reverend Al Sharpton is working the phones. He's calling with and talking with the Southern Poverty Law Center and the ACLU and he's working the phones. Oh, dear God, are we in trouble? It is May 15th. 30 days ago, the oil supply and American consumer gas prices, record highs. But the White House just announced we were going to release 30% of our strategic reserves to stave off the crisis for 90 days. That worked for 3. Okay. Diesel was $5.04 a gallon. In 30 days, diesel has gone to over $5.50 a gallon. The East Coast, in particular, loves, not lows. I haven't looked at a note yet. Back of the book. How about some glasses so I can see? Loves, not lows. Loves and Pilot. The only Loves I was at was in South Dakota. I love Pilot truck stops. On the East Coast, they're having difficulty finding diesel for the trucks to pick up the stuff. Well, we're not getting the Russian oil now delivered to the East Coast. Stand by because you don't get to blame Trump for this one. Starting in 2012, part of the new Green Deal, the Green Initiative, that our first black, no, that'd be William Jefferson Clinton. That's right, our second black president, the real black president, Barack Hussein Obama. We started turning off the refineries on the East Coast. Okay, so 10 years later, where do we store the diesel fuel? How do we produce the diesel fuel? How do we get the diesel into the trucks to move the goods across the? Well, there's supply chain shortages everywhere. hmm So in the next 2 to 4 weeks, diesel, post Memorial Day, as concerns for 4th of July, if you're even going to be allowed to have an Oscar Mayer hot dog on a Weber grill. hmm The war on inflation, the war in Ukraine, You know, all this talk of World War II and the Holocaust and the Nazis and nuclear annihilation. You know, I miss the days of rationing because that's where the mafia is going to make their money. Maybe I'm not completely unemployable. Yeah, diesel fuel from $5.04 a gallon to over $5.50 a gallon in less than 30 days. So double-digit inflation that Scooter Thomas predicted in the first 30 days because they didn't turn the war off meant that it was going to go on 3 to 5 years. After 40 days, 40 is doubled. Oh, now we're well outside the 3 to 5 years. Now we're looking at a 10-year war. No, but when Afghanistan fell, we were already warned that we were going to have another engagement that was going to last 10 to 20 years. Ah, good. So, as your local media reports that community outreach, we got you some baby formula. Come down to our church parking lot and pick some up. I don't want to go to a church because I might get shot at. You're not Vietnamese. It's okay. And we're just, diesel. Because the next crisis and shortage after that, the summer economy, Minnesota, the fishing opener. Hope you did well. In Maine, how's that fishing opener going? Oh, you can't, because the organic farms that used human bio waste to fertilize now leached into the water supply, so the fish that you pull out of the lake you can't eat. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, we're looking at a 2 to 4 week window. End of Labor Day, first 10 days of June. Concerns about possible shortages of diesel fuel. Post 4th of July. Truckers along the East Coast are finding it difficult to get the product to the door because they're only being entitled to X number of gallons. I pray to Christ I'm wrong. We didn't get to on this day. I'm Scooter McGee. I apologize. I went down long-winded paths. TP 111. I really do hope you're doing well. AHB 111. Equally for you. To Corey, Kippy, Kim, Peter, Paul, and Mary, and the rest of the crack staff. Jackie, Joe, Backlash, Seth, and I forget who. But I'm old. I'm the poster child for birth control. I am Scooter McGee. Find me on the World Wide Web, scootermcgee.com. Subscribe to this product, like this product, share this product, comment about this product. Instead of doing all this bullshit, how about if I just find the funding to make the three-dimensional risk game? See, the reason the project went bust back in 91 is the Gulf War didn't last 100 hours. We went through all it. We got reservations. Yeah. I think it's the first time in St. Paul history that a war was catered. But I don't know. Okay. Be well, be safe, be leery of the headlines, and I'll be seeing you soon right here on YouTube, Facebook. There's a Twitter video, there's a Facebook video. I look at the time. I got to go do the Rumble video now. Okay. Hasta la pasta, Gotham.